bit about the environment and the fans from today?
The fans are amazing. I love them. They always come out, show out. So if they just keep coming and keep showing their support, then I feel like we'll have great games.
What have you seen from Heloisa Carrera, who had a career high of 22 points this afternoon, especially after she got in foul trouble in the last game?
Elle is a great worker. She's a hard worker. I see her every day. So she put in the time and she put in the work to get what she has. So whatever we need from her, she's giving. So she just keep doing that. We're going to have a great season.
You had a season high in scoring today. What kind of teammate, just on the field, on the court, off the court, do you try to be for your team, and what do you hope to bring to your team?
I try to encourage everybody, especially because, obviously I don't get as many minutes as I want to, but I still try to be energy off the court, hyping everybody up, telling everybody doing a great job. Whatever I can do off the court that I am doing on the court, just be the energy.
Deborah, in the second quarter, you had a steal into an and-one layup. Can you take me through the emotions of that play?
It just felt real fast. It's probably going to look slow on the camera when I watch it, but it felt real fast. My teammates was telling me I felt real hard or awkward, but I was just looking at the ball go in. I was just hoping it went in, especially because it's a left-hand layup, and I don't use my left hand a lot, so I'm just happy it went in.
So what have you learned from Coach Molly Miller and the coaching staff throughout the season so far?
I've learned to make it hard. That's what they want from us. They want energy. They want somebody that's going to be on go for them. Mm-hmm. And that's all we can do as a team is make it hard, play hard, and just give the energy back that they've given us.
One more question, and their coach will be here.
City runs and TNT Sports. Tied at 13 after the first quarter. What was Coach Miller's message going into the second quarter? You guys exploded, went on the 12-0 run, and it was ball game after that.
She was telling us to just keep making it hard. We're denying their passes. We're playing hard on defense. She just told us to keep going and finish the game out like we can. So we just playing our best defense that we can. Defense wins games, obviously. So that's all we could do.
That's good. Thanks, Deb.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
It's good seeing you.
Good seeing you too.
Coach will give a statement, and then our first question will come from Arran.
Just really excited about the bounce back. I thought we had, it's tough sometimes on a bye week how to structure practices. We had a really tough one our first day back, and then they got to do some individuals, and then we locked into KU. But I think this team, more than anything, believes that they're going to be ready for the next one, even when you take a knock like we did against TCU. We just weren't ourselves, and we wanted to get back to Sun Devil basketball. So that was really good to see that pressure, because we're used to putting teams on their heels, and TCU put us on our heels. So to flip that script today was nice. First question. Is this mic work? Oh, wait, no, that's not. Sorry.
So my question is, you had a great game today. Do you think you can make any improvements on your team?
I love that. Someone who's never satisfied. Well, Arran, I think we can make tons of improvements. I'm proud of the effort, but what I would like to see us do a little bit better job of is consistency. You know, we've got some really good stretches, and then we'll turn the ball over. Or we'll have a really good possession, and then we won't rebound and block out. So just that consistency, and we're working on that in practice, but we want to string more stretches for a longer period of time together. It's a great question.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach. Hey, Coach, and Heloisa, it's good to see you once again. It's Aya Abdi for Devils in Details. I have two questions for each of you. For Heloisa, you had a career high in points today. What has motivated you heading into today's game? And for Molly, how impressed are you to see the Sun Devils' offense and defense getting a positive spark in the game once again, especially after the blowout on Sunday?
Honestly, my mind was on defense today, making it hard. Like she said, that was our statement today. So being able to defend and go off on offense, it was great for my team and everyone, but our statement was making it hard for them.
Yeah, I'm proud of Elle. She said it. Defense was our mentality first. And yeah, she's only a sophomore. And really, kind of freshman minutes because, she scored 22 points her freshman year last year. And now she's a go-to for us. So her ceiling's so high, but what she's done already in this young career, in this young season, in this young program has been phenomenal. So a lot of credit to her for her work ethic. Defensive end, they have a playbook about this thick. So there's no way we were going to go and memorize every play and every action. So we had to rely on principles. I think that was really good for us to just get back to principles this week. And we did a good job of guarding and making it difficult for them. And that was the theme. Make everything hard or impossible. Every pass, every drive, have resistance. Every block out, hit someone. So really proud of this team. This defense effort is what we need to see moving forward.
And a follow-up from my last question. What have you seen from Deborah Davenport, who has been crucial while filling in for McKenna Brackens, who got into some sort of foul trouble today?
Deb was our spark. And when she brings that every night, we're going to be elevated when she comes in the game. And some of this doesn't show in the box score. I'm proud of her 9 points, but I'm more proud that she didn't let her man catch on a reversal. She was deflecting the ball. She was hustling and tying it up. She was getting rebounds. So all those things that don't show up in the box score, Deb really emulates, and that's why her teammates root for her, because she goes out there and just leaves it all on the floor.
Coach, when you talk about, I know you talked about obviously cleaning things up, and you mentioned the turnovers. They turned the ball over a lot too, but what was the message between the first and second quarter? Because you tied at 13, and after that, they can't seem to get really uncomfortable right away.
Yeah, we just needed to turn it up defensively. Like you said, they had a lot of turnovers. We had way too many that first quarter. It was kind of a moment where we came in, take a breath. I know we're at home, but let's make sure it's a sure thing. And at one point, I'm like, just get a shot up. I don't even care what it looks like. Shoot it before you turn it over mentality. But when we went inside, I think that was helpful to get paint touches, and Elle did a good job. They were doubling her initially, so she did a good job of burying deep and going straight up without any extra wasted dribbles, so they could dig and double. So when we focused on going inside, I think we won points in the paint, which is hard to do against that team. And a big reason is Elle.
Coach, in the fourth quarter, Marley Washington's had a sequence where she forced back-to-back turnovers. Can you talk about her defensive impact?
It's huge. She is our heartbeat out there. She really does make us go. And those hustle plays, it's the Sun Devil brand. And she emulates that brand every day in practice. She was under the weather. You probably didn't even know that she was sick. But she doesn't make excuses for herself. And she tries hard, and she tries every play and every possession, and that's valuable to our team.
Continuing on the topic of turnovers, you hadn't allowed Kansas to score in the last 4 minutes and 10 seconds of the game, as well as forcing
19.
24 turnovers.
Yeah, we had 19. 24. Yeah.
However, you only scored 9 points off those turnovers. How are you going to look to capitalize off those turnovers in your next game?
I think in that fourth quarter, you want to play the time and possession game. So we might have got a steal, and we're running clock a little bit or extending our playbook so we're not getting a quick shot. So some of that is due just to a little bit of strategy and how we want to manage the clock when it's under 5 minutes, under 6 minutes, which I thought the team did a really good job of doing. We got to clean up our turnovers, though. It's a wash. I know we beat them 19-24 turnovers forced, but it's a wash if we can't clean up our turnovers and continue to force teams to turn over the ball.
Coach, your aptly means for the pressure defense pioneer. How do you get your team to buy in and keep that defensive intensity through all 4 quarters?
We don't flip on a switch. It's our normal. We do that. We've done it in June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So we've done it every month, every day that we're together. We emphasize pressure defense. So that's just our default setting. And to be able to get on the floor, you've got to, in this system, if 4 people are playing hard and 1 isn't, you stick out like a sore thumb. And no one wants to be that outlier because then you're not playing. So I think they also see the value, and we're not the most talented team that steps on the court every single night. So we have to hang our hat on our defense and steal some possessions.
Coach, within your practices after the tough loss against TCU, what was the biggest emphasis during those practices, and how do you think the team responded to them?
They responded well. We watched a lot of game film, which was necessary. And, it wasn't like this panic moment of we've got to scramble and do something else. We actually watched a film where we left 20 points on the board. It was just, and I was being conservative. These were point-blank layups. So we're right there. It should have been a 5-point game at the quarter, kind of tallying all that up, 10-point game in the fourth, and we would be fine. But I hope we washed that big moment. I think it was a little bright for maybe us the first time, the atmosphere playing a ranked opponent like TCU. They're very, very talented. So we had to do more than just out-talent them. And and I'll take that. That's where we went wrong. Our pressure defense didn't show up like it's used to. So it was a good, I think, learning lesson. And now that we can kind of go back and see, and they do a great job of internalizing it just enough to make a difference, but not enough to, hang your hat on it, hang your head and move on to the next one.
Coach, it seemed like in the fourth quarter, anytime Kansas tried to go on a run, there was a stoppage of play, whether it was an offensive foul with a big force or a defensive foul that you guys got, or getting to the line. Is that something that you teach, or were the players doing that by themselves?
They've got some instinct. I think especially you could tell Marley's instinct out there took over. But when teams go on runs, which is inevitable, right? This is basketball. The highs are high, the lows are low, and there's a lot of flow in between. But when teams go on runs, you want to try to get a good defensive stop. So move your feet. We say Mickey, when we're dogging the ball, throw your hands like Mickey Mouse. So that's what we're trying to do to not get in foul trouble, but still stay aggressive. So we have techniques and tips and tricks that we use, so that's helpful in those moments.
Coach, it was Culture's Day. Can you talk about the overall impact of just recruiting overseas?
Yeah, well, I might flip this one to Elle too, because here are a bunch of, imagine leaving your family, and Elle's is here, fortunately, but your country, and you're going to a foreign land, and you're trying to see how you fit in, not only as a team, but in a new place, in a new nation. And I'm just really excited that we grabbed some good ones. I could not say more positive things about Elle, Martina, and last year. They've just been great. And then it kind of opens a little bit of a pipeline, because now they can share their experience. They have a positive experience as Sun Devil. All right, go back to your national team, and we're recruiting your teammates. What do you think?
I mean, it's true. It's really great to be recruited to come to America to play the highest level of basketball and bring my IQ, Martina's IQ, and Poa's IQ. It really helps the team. We see different things that some people don't see because of the culture of the basketball.
Elle, you and Gabby combined for 36 points before any of the other starters scored. What was clicking for you two early on?
I mean, just playing hard, posting up. My teammates saw that I wanted the ball. I wanted to play hard. Even if I was getting double teamed, I was gonna pass the ball, and then they're gonna pass it back. So being able to finish, it was amazing.
Coach, better than 3,800 on hand today. Most juice I've seen in this building outside of territorial cup games in a long time. I'm talking, I've lived in the Valley a decade. How are you getting folks to buy in and buy tickets?
I think our players and the brand that they play, it's exciting to watch. It's exciting to play. I know it's exciting to coach. But the brand is really alive and well. When you go out there and play hard, I think fans appreciate that. And I know for me, the byproduct of that brand has always been winning. So it's good to see that hasn't changed. That transcends levels. And the fact that these fans are willing to just come and get a glimpse, all I want them is to come for the first game and see it. And then I think they're going to be hooked, because it's easy to love how they're playing and their why, and to see them fight and be fierce competitors out there. I think it's inspiring.
Your program is part of the reason why 1 in every 5 Division I players in America now in women's basketball is from outside of the United States. So kudos to you on that. Follow-up question for you. Where do your eyes go when the game is over and the Sun Devils have won when you look at the box score?
Well, first my eyes go to the fans, because I really just want to take it in right away. And then I always see how many turnovers we forced. That's like my favorite stat. I just want to make sure that we're doing our job there. And then, I don't go to the points, because this is such a team game. And although Gabby and Elle had the majority of the points this game, what's great about this team, it could be Brackens or Marley the next day. And so there's not one singular weapon that the opponent has to scout for. That's the beauty of this. So it's definitely a team game, but my first glance is how many turnovers did we force?
Coach, to follow up on the atmosphere question, the band, felt super lively.
Band's awesome. I love the band, you guys. Sorry.
What do you think? Just keep talking about the band. with their impact?
I mean, I saw them practicing the other day, and I couldn't contain myself. I had to stop and say, thank you, I love you, you're amazing. I mean, they just level up the atmosphere. And it's so endearing to see them and have that reaction and that eye contact. And they might be blowing their trumpet, but I'm like, good job. And they're like, so I really love just the spirit around this place. It's been awesome, from band to dance to cheer. Our girls went to a send-off for dance for nationals last week, and they made a poster and a sign. So to see that closeness and camaraderie amongst athletes is really special.
Everybody good? Last call?
I have one more question.
2 months away from the Big 12 tournament in Kansas City, what have you learned about your team to this point that's going to give you a shot to win the whole darn thing when you get there?
I think they understand the importance of every game. We keep talking about this. All right, if you would have put this Kansas game on February 28th, it might have tournament implications. Just because it's played today doesn't make that any less significant. So they've been really good at, like, every opponent, every game matters. So when you go into the tournament, hopefully you've got a great seed, and then you've played these teams, but you've played them with intent from day one. Whether you're playing them in January, February, or March, it's looked the same for our team. So I think that's going to help us, and we've been in really close games too. So being able to have kind of that March Madness feel already in January and December, which we have, that's gonna prove to be helpful for this group.
I have one more question for you guys. So, knowing for your identity is turning over the ball and turning them into points this season, what have you seen from game 1 to especially now, and how do you look to continue to build onto the momentum? Following up on Cindy's question as well.
Oh gosh, when I think back to Coppin State, I know we turned them over 33 times, but it was something that we weren't that organized in how we played. Now we know when to go on a trap, when to rotate, how to rotate, what our verbiage is for switching and screen coverages. I think you just get more comfortable with the brand, so it's able to shine a little bit better this time of year than game 1.
And just real quick, ball security was emphasis for you.
Yes, Cindy, always.
Listen, West Virginia turned Kansas over 29 times for a season high. What is going to be your marching orders going into that mountain?
I'm excited for it. They are tough. Mark does a great job. I coached against him in the WAC when he was at Stephen F. Austin, so I kind of know their brand already. I'm familiar with it. So I'm going to pull out some old, we've handled their pressure well, and we haven't handled their pressure good in the past when I've played them. But it'll be a learning opportunity. That's kind of a game you have to learn as you go, but we're going to try to replicate their pressure and their press and their matchup zone. They kind of throw the kitchen sink at you, so we have to be prepared. At the end of the day, we got to make good decisions. So we're going to do a lot of decision-making drills in practice just to make sure that, we got to make sure those passes are there and play clean.
And Coach, last question. There was an early interaction where Elle got called for a travel, and you've been emphasizing either shoot or pass.
Just shoot it before you turn it over, Elle.
Is that something you are teaching the post in practice and emphasizing going forward?
Yeah, I think Elle's had fun this week because we're letting her put the ball on the floor a little bit more, which I actually love and I'm comfortable with. So shout out Glove down there. He's been putting her at the elbow. Glove's here, our post coach, putting her at the elbow, letting her rip, absorb contact. So now we got to do that without happy feet. But it's fun to kind of explore with what Elle can do because she is a versatile player. She doesn't just have to be a back to the basket player. So we're getting her in that groove, and hopefully we can not travel. How many turnovers did you have? Let's see. That's all I got. Well, you played a lot.
Does she have the green light
4.
for 3? She missed the 3, and then it was the big smile.
I told her to shoot it.
Okay.
I told her to shoot it. I think there was like 5 seconds on the clock, and it was winding down. I'm like, shoot it. Shoot it and go chase your rebound.
You guys good? Thanks, gang.
Thanks for coming.